All right, y'all, it's the Granddad Wooly, letting you know about the Mortal Kombat 11 tournament going down live at Dead End Studios in Atlanta, Georgia on May 11th, 7 p.m. sharp. If you want to get this work, if you want to put them hands on and win some money, get some gear, and be a guest on Dead End Gaming in the process, sign up. The link is in our Instagram as well as on our Twitters, BZ430 Twitter, my Twitter, Granddad Wooly, and Dead End Games Twitter. So check all that shit out. More details to come. Like I said, May 11th, show up, show out. Get to work or give the work. What you want to do, Mortal Kombat 11, who's next?
Live from Dead End Studios in Atlanta, it's Dead End Gaming. We're on episode number 37. I'm sitting here with...
Granddaughter, 1,000 hours.
Oh, here we go.
A.K.A. Mr. Machete.
Wait, okay.
I'm going to tell you about it in a minute. I'm going to tell you about it in a minute.
Tell us about that later.
Yeah.
I've been seeing that a lot in the chat.
Well, I'm Tyler Durden. What up, though? But I feel weird because I don't have a better known as, also known as. So I'm gonna have that for next week.
Ameliorate.
That's my nickname now, Ameliorate.
We can hashtag learn how to spell it and then type that bitch in. Y'all let us know how to spell that shit.
Everybody looking it up right now. Ameliorate.
Amelia Earhart? Didn't she get lost? And we also sitting here with Mr. Korey Goodwin. I want to announce him. He's from doubletoasted.com. He's from The High Score. He's from another Cinema Snob movie.
Yeah.
He's been doing a lot of shit, man. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Been watching this man for years. Finally got to see him in person for the first time today, so it's a big deal for
Basically,
me.
he's fanning out right now.
Yeah,
I'm fanning out.
You feel special and
just a little bit,
not.
man.
But
yeah, ask you for an autograph.
And you make me
from
feel
love.
less special because you got like 19 AKAs. And I have my name.
I got two. I earned them two, though.
But yeah, go ahead and you may introduce yourself now.
Hey, I'm Korey Goodwin. I don't know what more should I say. Machete.
That's me, fam. You ain't earned Machete. You ain't earned that one.
Well, I want to hear the backstory behind it.
Oh yeah,
So.
it just happened like yesterday, so that's what happened.
I'm Eric V, aka Me Mugga 11. By the way, go
He
on.
was like, y'all niggas ain't gonna skip me.
I should have said it in the beginning, but you know, hosting new to me. Machete, go on.
So wait, no, we got to. Oh, so we doing what we've been playing?
Explain yourself.
We
can get to it.
First of all, I was gonna get to it. Because it ties into what we've been playing. So
Okay,
like,
yeah.
do the format right. You in charge.
Yeah, we doing it. We doing it. Let's go.
Come on. Okay, so I've been playing. So first of all, of course, Mortal Kombat 11. That's out. Been getting my hours in on that one. Playing online. Did a stream on, was it Friday? I did a stream on Friday. With that, played my little brother. We went back and forth on a few matches. Did some challenge tower stuff. I finished the story mode completely too, and I'm dropping videos every day. So I'm on part 5 now, I think, of the story mode. So I'm gonna drop. I was gonna drop part 6 either probably later tonight or probably tomorrow, but part 6 will be coming soon. But had a lot of fun with that. And then yesterday I started Days Gone. Which is another game I was looking forward to playing, sort of like one of those Last of Us type games. And actually, it reminds me of Last of Us, but also has some elements of like Horizon as well. But it's open world game. You're in like a post-apocalyptic world, but you're like this biker dude named Deke, and you're going against these zombie things called freakers. But they're pretty much like these like crazy, like super fast, like zombies that'll just like chase after you everywhere.
Do they only come out at night?
No, they're freaks are not talking about that. The freaks are there all day. The freaks are there all day. Actually, it ain't been nighttime yet in the game, so we gonna see if they come out at night. But
So
yeah,
it doesn't have a 24 hours cycle.
so I'm only about 2 hours into the game, and so I haven't got that far into it. But that's where Machete was born.
Okay.
So here's the thing. So in the game, you have an arsenal of weapons. So you get like guns and Molotov cocktails and shotguns. It's some cool weaponry. But you also get melee weapons. So you get baseball bats that you can put spikes in it. You can get like 2x4s and shit. But I found a machete, right?
Yeah.
So when I found a machete, for some reason, I just got my inner Danny Trejo going on, and I was just running around and killing motherfuckers with a machete. So I would run up on people, and before I hit them, I would yell, "Machete!" And I did it on accident, and then it just became a thing. So now I'm known as Mr. Machete. Okay. So now that's my thing. So every time you watch Days Gone, I'm gonna have a machete. That's my melee weapon. That's my only melee weapon. And I'm just gonna, instead of like being strategizing and sneaking around, I'm just gonna run up on motherfuckers and chop them in the neck with a machete.
So you gave yourself a nickname?
Yes, I did.
So nobody else started.
You know what? Actually, I didn't give him my nickname.
in your face this whole time.
So wait a minute now, Tyler. Wait a minute now. I started it, and then it became a thing, and then they started saying it in the chat. And then,
okay, so other people supported
and then together
this.
we just determined that's gonna be the shit. That's gonna be the theme of things.
As long as other people supported it, like as
watch
long
the
as
stream. I guarantee you. Watch the stream. I guarantee you. One time you're gonna be like, "Machete." You're gonna say it to yourself. Watch, because it's addicting. Like, really, it is.
Okay, so you said you was also playing Mortal Kombat as well,
yeah,
right?
Mortal Kombat as well.
How much extra money have you spent on
Zero.
things?
Zero. You ain't getting me another realm. You got my 60, goddammit. That's all you get. No, I ain't spent no money. The microtransactions. So I did look into it, and I saw what everybody's talking about. And NetherRealm themselves actually put out a update where they're gonna kind of like fix the issue because everybody's been complaining about it. So basically, they're like, yeah, we're gonna come up with a patch where we're gonna make it easier to earn currency. I think they're gonna give everybody like a shit ton of coins to be able to actually go to the crypt and buy shit. Because when I went to the crypt, like, I bought like 5 things. I felt like I was like bargain shopping because like I bought like 5 things. I was like, damn, I'm about to run out of money. And you don't earn that much currency doing online matches or doing the story mode as you probably should. So they're going to fix that. And I think this week they said it'll come out. And hopefully we'll get that 500,000 payout, and I can go and buy some shit so I can get my fatalities and my brutalities and the skins and all the shit we want to get to make the game a lot more fun.
This shit sounds so familiar.
Yeah,
it sounds like Red Dead Online.
Yeah,
Red Dead.
Online,
this is the pastime in the past 6 months where a big studio has come out and been like, all right, we know we messed up online. We charging y'all way too much. There's no way you can earn this playing the game if you have like a job or a normal life.
Exactly.
So like now we have to release all this stuff just to keep you here because we know you guys are turning against us right now. Yeah.
NetherRealm, they've been listening to the feedback ever since the announcement of this game, and they've been pretty much changing things with every, if someone says, we don't like this, we don't like that should be changed. They've been trying to work with people, but I think this was their first major like fuck up flaw when it came out where like, they really don't like this microtransaction stuff. Or, whoa, this, like, which of course,
everybody like, I'm so happy they added microtransactions.
But also the fact that it was just so difficult to earn like a considerable amount of currency and the time crystals to be able to really get what you want, because like you can't get fatalities unless you unlock them in the crypt. You can't get the extra brutality. All that stuff is all in the crypt. So if you don't have the money to do it, you're stuck at the mercy of what you have that's in the base game, and that kind of like eliminates the fun of it. Right. So, I mean, yeah, I need that payout in the other realm because I got to buy some shit. So drop that in the bank account real quick, fast, because I need it. Because like I got like 80 grand. And
before we continue,
yeah,
was I right last week
about what?
Mortal Kombat, how players have the right to be mad at what was happening.
Yeah, well, about the microtransactions, I agree. I'm gonna talk about like, but when we talk about the characters and like being in the games, I think they have the right to be upset, but not to an extent. But the whole microtransaction and making you spend extra money and not giving you a fair, balanced way to earn it in the game, yeah, I'll say if you said that, then you were right about that. Yeah, because I agree. As I was playing it more and went deep into it, because when we talked about it, I didn't really dive into it yet. So when I started looking through the game and those aspects, I was like, yeah, that's not a good look.
Well, it's crazy like how it's gotten worse. Like I remember when Overwatch came out and like big, loot boxes and everything were like the big thing, and everybody was buying they're using microtransactions to get those. But that was all just cosmetic stuff. But like when it comes to Mortal Kombat, like there's stuff that this game is about that they are requiring you to pay for extra for. So like fatalities have always been a part of this game. Yeah. And now you're charging me for extra stuff or like unlocking Frost, which you can do in the story mode. Yeah. But you could pay the $6 and just unlock them like day one. So you're like, all right, were you guys just making this to make some extra scratch? Was there like you had to do this because developing games are so much now, or like it just seems like it's become more of a greed issue as opposed to we have to do this because we need to put more money into our game.
Yeah. I think it's probably that. I think because I honestly believe that they put more money in this Mortal Kombat game than they've ever put, because like the way they've been promoting this thing and pushing it and the reveal events and all the combat cast, all the stuff they put behind it. And I'm pretty sure when it came out, the game sold fairly well, but it's still going to take a lot of time to make up or recoup all that stuff they put in. So that's what the microtransactions are for. And they're saying that they're going to really ride out this game for a long time. So we're not going to have another probably we're not going to have Injustice 3 probably for a while, because they're going to work Mortal Kombat 11. I think they said longer than any game they've done in the past recent years. So. Okay.
I mean, if they do that and hopefully come out with some free DLC, like, hey, here's some extra characters and we ain't going to charge you $6 per character, I think that'd be dope. But if they continue to do the same thing of like, yo, pay this to get this, I don't know if I'm about that life, man. And I love Mortal Kombat, and they kind of got greedy with this one.
I think it's because the hype was so crazy for it they was feeling themselves as, okay, maybe we can get away with this, but like they don't realize when you say microtransaction, that's a triggering word in the gaming community now.
Yeah,
it's like when you hear that word, like, nope, I don't like that already, because why spend more money on a game that you've already put $60, or if you bought that deluxe edition with the big ass head shit that they had, it was like $300 or some shit. Like, imagine paying $300 for all that, and then they still charging you for the other shit in the game. I'm like, yo, I would have been pissed if they did that to me and I got that. So
did they do numbers? I remember you said like it sold well, but did they do like, better numbers than Mortal Kombat 10? When it first came out? Because I know we've been waiting a while for that.
I think Mortal Kombat 10 is their highest selling game of all time. So I don't know if this one's outdoing it or on pace to outdo it, because I haven't looked at the numbers for 11 yet, but I know MK10 has done the best so far.
Okay.
So.
All right. That was long-winded, Tyler.
Sounds like a hating ass nigga over there, because you can't contribute. Sorry, I'm talking to your guests. You all jealous and shit. Stop talking to Korey like you're talking to Korey too much. Man, shut the fuck up, nigga. My guest, nigga. All right. Never mind. I'll be over here.
We didn't introduce Beasley.
Oh shit!
That's right.
BZ430's here.
For all the listeners out there, we have a PS4 controller resting on a leather pillow to represent BZ430 while he's absent. Yeah. Here lies his most.
Y'all remember Turok?
What level of division are you on, BZ? Like,
yo, can we get a slow zoom? Can we get a slow zoom? Real dramatic, like you did last time. So yes, moment of silence would be. In the eyes.
Oh my god!
Oh, no. I thought you were gonna break out the Boys to Men. It's so hard to say goodbye.
It's his birthday week, so he's out this week. But I'm bringing double the Detroit energy to make up for that. So, in terms of what I've been playing, I have played literally nothing this week. My week has been so fucking busy and bananas that I just haven't had time to do anything. Like, I've had a couple nights where I didn't sleep like at all or slept like 3 hours. So, I will be getting back on it soon. I bought Mortal Kombat on Tuesday and it is still in the plastic. So, definitely looking forward to jumping on that. I'm going to get back on Rage because there's only about 2 weeks until Rage 2 comes out. And then also we are jackboxing today. So,
word. Oh, what time though? Game of Thrones.
Oh, you know I ain't doing that shit at the same time of Game of Thrones.
You're right. I should have known better.
Have you met me? Like, no. So it'll probably be around like 6 or 7, depending on what time we get out of here. Leaning towards 6 or 6:30 to make sure that we have time to do that before Game of Thrones comes on, because that is definitely like the point of my day today. Like, that was the reason I got up this morning.
Word. Damn. Okay. And that's the Eastern time zone for y'all, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Thank you for saying that. Eastern Daylight Time.
Yeah, you got it. All right, so what I've played, more Tales of Vesperia. I've barely made any progress in it. I still love it. It's still one of my favorite games of all time. I've just been really creeping along with it. I've had a crazy ass week myself, so I've been slacking on like gaming at all. But this morning I played Captain America and the Avengers for old school Sunturday, because it was supposed to do it Saturday, but I had to do some shit. Sunturday. I made it up.
Nigga, nobody will ever say that ever.
They don't have to say it anymore because I won't do it on Sunday anymore.
How you put Sunday before Saturday? How you gonna just mess up the weeks and everything?
How would you have said it?
I wouldn't have said it in general, nigga. I would just say Sunday. It was old school Sunday.
Pope Gregory the 13th is rolling in his grave right now. Like, for those of y'all, that's the dude that made the modern day calendar, the Gregorian calendar. And anyway, he's rolling in his grave right now, looking at his calendar like, what the fuck is Sunturday? Like,
Sunturday. It's the day, goddamn. It's if I miss Saturday, it's old school Sunturday. So that's what it was. Captain America and the Avengers for the arcade. This was like the shortest game I played on old school Saturday or Sunturday.
He said it again, y'all.
I did.
It ain't gonna be a
check, please.
but yeah, I've played this game in the past. It never was that great. It's still not that great, but it was a fun little experience. And it's like, all right, celebrate Captain America and all that shit and everybody else. Shout out to Endgame. No spoilers.
I guess what I've been playing, I wish it was Mortal Kombat or Days Gone, but those are both in my mailbox from my GameFly account. But right now, I'm kind of going back and playing, I'm not going to say they're older indie games, but from last year. Really getting back into Dead Cells was one of them, and then I'm playing that on the Switch right now. Then also, Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight, I'm really playing a lot more of that too. But yeah, I was really just basically this is gonna sound mad crazy. I've been edging to play Mortal Kombat, and like I just kind of got busy here. I drove here from Austin, so that was a good old drive. And
Damn,
How many
how long
hours?
is that drive?
about 14 hours.
God Christ. Damn.
Yeah, so it's not too bad. Just a straight shot though. So it's like.
It's not too bad.
Nah, man, I've done way worse and I've flown worse. So yeah, 14 hours, a 14-hour drive is nothing. I can stop and just listen to podcasts and stuff. Listen to y'all.
Yeah.
And,
Thanks for throwing that in there.
you know, dead end hip hop, dead end gaming, dead end sports,
Yeah.
dead end everything. But yeah, that's basically it, man. Just hopefully the second I get back to Austin tomorrow, I'll be able to go ahead and take Mortal Kombat out and play that a little bit, and then also get in Days Gone. But from what I've been hearing, it's things.
See, people. Look,
We can get to it though. I feel like we jumping a little ahead though.
I've heard reviews as well too. But look. All I gotta say is machete.
Oh my God.
That's all I need in my life. There are some things
That
about the
shit
game.
in Sunter
There are
Day,
some
like-
games. There are some things. Anyway,
Damn, that is the longest I've ever heard Granddad be quiet.
That was a pregnant pause.
pregnant pause. Right? I was like, yo, do I? Like, you know, I'm not gonna do this today. It's Sunday. It's the Lord's Day.
The Lord's Day.
It'll be good today.
It's not Sunter Day.
It's not Sunday.
Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Goddamn. He had his shit last week.
Sounds like
Man.
some shit you would hear on a car commercial. Sunday Day.
Sunter
Get your
Day,
Honda.
Sunter Day.
Get your Honda Accord for no money down.
So days going. So
Let me-
positive
okay.
so far.
Okay, so for me, there are some things about the game that I do not like. Overall, I would say it's more positive, but I think the game just in general, I didn't get grabbed into the game immediately when I started playing it. It wasn't like most Sony games, like Sony interactive games, I usually get grabbed into it immediately. It took a while for me to kind of get my bearings with this game. It took a long time for them to kind of like explain how to do this or that or the other. They kind of drew out the whole tutorial phase of it. So like, so the first 2 hours was pretty much like a big ass, long ass tutorial, like of learning how to, craft and how to, get weapons and cycle through the weapon wheel and how to, do stealth moves and all that stuff. So instead of doing it in like one cool, like package, like segment, they kind of just like drew it out. So I didn't like that portion of it. But as the game went along, I did get more into it. I like the combat system though. I do like the fighting system. The melee system's good. The shooting system is okay. It's not the best, but it's not terrible. Driving the bike, because you can ride your motorcycle in there. The controls in there you got to get a little used to it, but once you get used to it, it's fine. But there's a thing about this, which is it's some real shit. I don't like it, but it's real shit. You got to fill your gas tank up, so you can run out of gas and not be able to drive your bike. So like you got to worry about, and you have to fix your bike up. So if your bike gets damaged, you have to repair it. You got to keep gas in there. So you have to really like be mindful of the things that you do in this game. So I do like that because it makes you think more about your moves, your actions, how you're going to travel around the open world, because it's still open world. So you can either walk a long ass way, or you can make sure that you got some gas, on the side to be able to make it for that trip. Because there ain't no stick goes out there. Ain't no quick trips. You ain't get no taquitos or nothing like that. You fucked if you out of gas. So
I was about to ask, like, it's a post-apocalyptic game, so like, is there just gas laying around?
Like you have to
find
scavenge
stations?
for like gas cans and stuff like that. So, but here's the thing: you don't need gas just for your bike. If there's generators you need to open and get to somewhere, you need to use gas to power those generators. So you have to really be mindful. And there's a percentage gauge on the gas, so you can use a certain amount to kind of like ration it out. And then you can also use it as a weapon. You can throw it in the gas tank and shoot somebody with it and set them on fire. So it's pretty much what you want to do with it.
The way you said that, I thought you like shooting somebody with a gas tank. I was like, how do you do that?
Gas can.
Bang, bang, bang. All right.
Push the whole car at the motherfucker. I know.
Super soaker.
But no, you can throw the gas can at them and then just shoot it, then it'll set them on fire. So there's a lot of things about the game that I do like. I like that aspect of it, that you have to really, I like critical thinking in video games. So that is another aspect that I don't think many games have done, where you have to really be mindful of like, okay, how much gas you got to use, how many bullets you got, because bullets are very scarce too. It really is post-apocalyptic, and you can only find bullets in certain areas, or in cars, but in certain types of cars. So it's not like everywhere you can just get a bullet. So, or if you kill somebody, of course, too. But like those are rare because you fight the freakers, you fight regular people, you can fight dogs. So there's a varied system of like enemies you fight.
I'm calling Peter.
hey, I had to machete a couple dogs.
Oh my god.
Oh,
And
bro, no matter how you say that, it's not gonna come across in a good light.
Yo,
I had to machete a couple dogs.
Check this out. That is the worst part. But that's not the worst part. So this is what happened. Let me tell you what happened. I didn't know I did. I felt like shit legitimately when I did this. But then after a while, I was like, you know what? Hey, it happened. So I was in this part, and it was like a little. I thought it was a little freaker, like on the roof. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to shoot it, and I can't reach it because like my aim was shit.
So you freaked it?
No. So I freaked it. Don't do that. Let me tell my story, nigga. Come on now. But so I went up there, and I had a bat at this time as my melee weapon. This before I got the machete. But I got up on there, and initially I just swung the bat. I killed a kid, y'all, and it was like a fucking like 6-year-old kid.
A human
kid, and I bashed their head in. And I felt like shit. And then I think, who said, Korey kid? He said, fuck them kids. And then 2 more kids came up and ran on me, and then I was like, fuck them kids. And then I baseball batted like 4 kids, y'all.
Wait, so you in here killing dogs and like
dogs,
you killing
kids,
puppies and 6-year-olds? Like
they don't care in Days Gone. Like
you sound like you don't care.
Yeah, it's me and them. It's me and them. They came to me. They started with me.
Okay.
They ran up on me. What you want me to do?
What did they run up on you with?
They ran up on me with their freakness. Because they were freakers at the time.
Yeah.
Kevin's been back there telling us to wrap it up for like 30 seconds. He was like, nah.
Look. So anyway, Days Gone, overall, it's more positives than negatives, but as I get further into the game, I'll really get my full thought on it. But
worth $60?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I mean, I guess if you hate kids, it's worth $60.
You hate kids and dogs.
Play that game. Tell me you ain't gonna knock out a kid if it's coming at you. Like, you gonna run from it? Because they're gonna chase you, and they're gonna bite you, and they're gonna gang up on you, and they're gonna jump on you, and then what?
The kid or the dog?
The kid and the dog. Both of them. Same time. You never know.
Okay.
That game don't care. They do not care. They will throw anything they can at you. And there's bear traps that you be walking in. Like, they don't give a fuck.
So, Korey, did you like Red Dead Redemption 2?
Okay, the online, hell no.
Okay.
Like the online is a mess. Even with all the like giving the money and the gold bars and everything and the making patches and everything, I think it's a mess. I don't think it's necessary, but I understand people love it. The story mode, it's so slow. Like it's one of the slowest games for me, man. And I wasn't a big fan of the original one, the original Red Dead Redemption, not Red Dead Revolver, because it was just like I love Rockstar when they make open world games, but when it comes to Red Dead, they're trying to like weave a single player closed story in an open world game. Like in Grand Theft Auto, like you're playing all these missions and like the story really doesn't matter, but like you can complete it and everything's done. But in Red Dead, like a lot of your actions have consequences in this open world game.
Yep.
And the two, I guess, genres with Western doesn't really mix. Because for me, it's just so slow, man. I hate like just being out in the country and just listening to chop, 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 chop. Like I'll have like a podcast or something on in the background while I'm doing that because like I'm getting bored out of my mind just riding along. And then like if I put it on the mode where it's like the cinematic mode and like the game is just kind of playing itself, so I'm just sitting there and like it's like why am I here? I could just turn on a gaming channel and watch that, but. I love the acting in it. I think the graphics are great. I think some of the aspects that they added in there, like incorporating hunting and things like that. I think that's cool, but it's just so slow. It's really hard for me to get into. And the fact that it takes like if you're sitting down to play Red Dead 2, you're going to be there for at least 2 hours. Like it's not something you can just cut on and then be like, I'm gonna play like 30 minutes and I'm out. Like no, you're there for a while. Yeah.
Do you think it's fun in general?
I think when I first got it, I thought it was fun. Now I think it's super tedious. And it's like I'm going back and like I'm playing it again just to try to like figure out like, all right, maybe it was just me and not really knowing what was going on with the story. Maybe I was just seeing it from the point of view as everything is new to me, so I'm getting a little lost. But even going back and playing it again, the single player again, is just. Why? I'm just there like Michael Jackson and Human Nature.
Oh my God. Wait, but have you tried riding around while playing Old Town Road on repeat? Because that might help make it more exciting.
Might.
It might, but then like it makes me mad because like your boy ain't getting the recognition he should be. It's all going to Billy Ray Cyrus now. You ain't seen that?
Yeah.
Welcome to America.
Well, that's why I'm furious. And then I'm playing a game where I'm a cowboy in America, and like I see what's the black and Indian dude Charles?
Yeah, Charles.
You see Charles. Why can't I play as you? I want to be Charles in this game, not Arthur Morgan.
Yeah. The reason I brought up Red Dead was you used the word tedium or tedious. That's what I thought about the whole time you were describing Days Gone and all its mechanics. I'm like, that does not sound fun. Like, with the bullets, that's fine. But like, I don't know. It just sounds like shit that would slow me down. It sounds the opposite of fun. But
yeah, I can see that.
Well, I was gonna ask, like, do you think it's because it's something you said it took you a while to warm up to it and to figure it out, but then like once you got going, like you were really into it. Do you think it's along like the same length as Breath of the Wild? Like when that first came out, everybody was like, I hate this crafting system. I hate that my weapons degrade over time.
Because when Zelda first came out, I could not stand all that stuff. And then I got used to it after a while. Because when I first played Breath of the Wild, I was like, it looks great, but I was like, God, I hate doing all this crafting and hunting and all this stuff that you have to do. But then when you realize that's one of the core mechanics of the game and it does help, eventually you get used to it. And it didn't take long. Like at first when that gas tank thing happened, I was like, this is stupid. But then it really doesn't like drain, your gas doesn't drain out like crazy fast or anything like that. But it's just something that you have to just be mindful of. It's just another thing, and it isn't like super far distances between one objective and the next where you go there and your gas tank's empty. Now you stranded and you can't go anywhere else unless you walk. It's not like that. And they have a good little HUD system where you can be able to just kind of figure out everything, and also a good map system too. I like their map system too because it's like everything is like, easily navigatable. It's like it lends a lot to kind of how Rockstar does their mapping system. So I thought it was really cool how they did that.
Okay.
That actually sounds really interesting to me for what it's worth. Like, I didn't really have any plan whatsoever into looking into Days Gone, but once you started talking about like the gas thing, I was like, that actually sounds dope because I love stuff that's super immersive like that. And it's one of the reasons why, Fallout is my favorite game franchise, because like when I'm in Fallout and I'm, breaking into people's houses and like looking through stuff and like stealing things, not that I do that in real life, but the point is that like I feel like I'm living in
I'm playing Detroit mode.
Oh my God. But yeah, like I love that because it literally feels like when I'm playing a game like Fallout, it literally feels like I am in a completely different world and like doing all of the things that I would be doing in this world. And so I appreciate stuff like that. So that actually makes Days Gone sound more interesting to me.
So how are you liking the new Fallout?
76? Okay.
I'm a big fan of this.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
It exists?
Okay, wait. So there was actually, the reason why I made that face is because there was actually like I had a whole rant about Fallout 76 the first time I was ever on Dead End Gaming when it first came out. I disagree with, I'm gonna just quickly, summarize that. So I disagree with like pitchfork mobs that are like, this game sucks. And like when other people are playing it, they're like, why are you playing it? This game sucks. Like, leave motherfuckers alone. Like, that was really the biggest beef that I had with the way that everybody was criticizing it.
Right.
Fallout 76 does definitely not have the certain je ne sais quoi that pulls me into a game like Fallout 4 or Fallout New Vegas.
French in here now.
We are getting so educated today.
She leveled up on English and went to French.
Right. She was like, I'm done with this one.
She gonna break out a whole scientific equation like by the time this thing is all over. That's good.
But for real though, like a game like Fallout New Vegas, like I played Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 multiple times. With Fallout 76, I ultimately plan on going back to it one day, but really just because I want to have a pet Deathclaw. Like that's my entire. Once I find out that I can do that, I'm like, that's my goal. I don't care about the end game of this story. I just want a pet Deathclaw, and then that is beating the game for me. So I definitely plan on going back to it at some point, but it's definitely not as fun or intriguing or entertaining as everything else in the Fallout.
Pantheon.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go.
I'm staying around her. I'm picking up some words.
The thing about Fallout versus what Willie described as being Days Gone, which I haven't played, so I don't really know. Being able to sneak into houses, steal stuff, or loot bodies, these are quick, and they are your choice. Being forced to have to get gas sounds like more tedium to me.
Well, you have the choice of not getting gas, but you have to walk across that giant world.
Also,
if
not
you
fun.
want to use your bike, you have to either be mindful of the gas you have in there because it's a gauge, it's a gas gauge on the actual screen, or you can just say, "Fuck it, I'm not going to take a bike for this mission," or it's close.
Can you take cars?
No, it's post-apocalyptic. You're a biker. There's no cars. All the cars are like fucked up.
See,
now you can loot the cars. Now you can go in. You can break into the cars and take stuff out of them. Do that. But like I said, I'm only 2 hours in, so I don't know. Maybe there are cars. Maybe there are down the line. There is a game.
See, I would imagine like as long as it's not too wild, like again, like Red Dead Redemption, like you do have to feed your horse.
That's all I think about.
You have to feed your horse and make sure like it's okay if you're going to be going crazy on it. Does, like you said, the gas doesn't run out. Like, wow.
No.
Like, okay, let me ask you this. How many times, like, how long have you been playing Days Gone?
I played it for 2 hours in.
So, in 2 hours, how many times have you run out of gas?
I never ran out, but I did fill it up. I got to, like, probably 40% gas, because that's when they give you the notification, like, hey, because you go back to your little, I guess, your house, and they're saying, they said to you, hey, in order to, use your bike, you must, continue to fill the gas up. So when I figured that out, I said, okay, well, let me look around my house area, because I'm pretty sure there's a gas can here. And I just tried it out. And so I never really ran out of gas at all. And then when I went to the next mission, I still had about like 80% gas left. So,
okay.
And it was far away too. It wasn't super close too. So it just shows. And then also here's the thing too, when you're driving the bike, how much gas, like it's just like if you're in a car. So if you rev the gas, it takes some more gas. But let's say you're going down a hill and you let go of the gas, you just coast down, it doesn't take as much gas. So it's like you're actually driving. It's just like real shit. So that's what, you just gotta worry about gas conservation and shit.
Okay.
Like that. So that's cool.
Like you played this game for 2 hours and macheting kids and gas.
I didn't machete.
Gas conservation are the highlights so far.
The kid did not get the machete. He got a baseball bat. Well, there's 3 of them.
Well, that makes it better.
3 of them got baseball batted. But
all right, I'm sorry. We should not have brought that back. I apologize for that.
Got the Negan treatment. All right.
No kids were macheted in my gameplay.
All right.
But if they run up on me, they
murdered in other ways. All right, that was fun. So, Korey, I'm going to ask you a series of questions, things that we have debated about here on this couch and purple chairs. First one is probably the most consistent. Xbox or PS4?
PS4.
Oh, I like him.
Would you like to give your reasons?
My biggest reason, especially after the PS4, Xbox One announcements, Microsoft didn't seem like they knew what they were doing. Like when they came out and had the E3, I don't remember what year it was exactly, but when they were like, all of our games are DRM locked.
Yep.
You need to be online all the time. And like you can't share games with your friends. And there was something else too. I forgot what it was. Oh, you have to have a Connect. And so then
constantly online. Have you said that one?
Yeah, constantly online. And so I was like, all right, that's a little weird. And then like even Sony just came out and was like, here's how you share a game. They gave the homeboy the disc. I was like, oh, they stunting on. Okay, I see it. But with Sony, they just came out and said, listen, we got games. You can play them. You don't need to be online all the time. You don't need to have this extra camera in your home, and you don't need to like worry about any kind of DRM issues. And then Microsoft turned around because they saw the way people were turning on them, and they said, okay, well, we'll take away the DRM and we'll take away the online stuff, but you still need to connect. And then, a couple months down the line, they're like, oh, now you don't need to connect. It's like, what are y'all doing?
Now it's obsolete.
So, like, they don't know what they're doing. And, Sony's been around much longer than Microsoft in the gaming world. Right. So, I trust Sony.
So, have you always been a PlayStation person, like from like PS2, PS3, PS4?
I've owned a PS1, a 2. I never owned an original Xbox. My neighbor had that, so I went over there all the time. But I had a 360. I bought that over the PS3. Then I ended up getting the PS3 once the price went down and they stopped losing their minds. Because they was like, what? Announced it like $600? Yeah, and I was like, no. So yeah, I had a 360, and like I loved that for that generation. I thought it was my favorite one. But this, I would say right now, Sony is the one that I'm putting my faith in, and I think Sony's exclusives are a little bit better than
Oh yeah, definitely. But at least your opinion is
valid. The viewer count.
Say it again for the people in the back, Korey.
Don't look at me, Granddad.
At least your opinion is balanced, though. Perfectly balanced is all things should be. Word to Thanos. You know what I'm saying? Oh. But like. But like for real though, so like especially since you're like, okay, well I've like I've had a 360, I've done, so I feel like your opinion is well rounded and not just,
I feel the eyes on.
Oh, you're not?
No.
For the record, I've never owned it, but I have played 360s because my brother and I own.
You too have hands.
Oh,
played a 360.
Yeah.
I played a 360.
So your argument is like, okay, I've never. I can see if I've never touched
it. That was the thing.
Yeah. So because I've seen.
Have you owned it?
No, because I saw the pain in his eyes when he got the red ring of death twice. I was like, damn, I'm not getting that shit. I'm gonna go to my PlayStation 3 that never did anything wrong to me.
A day one 360, and I never got the
Damn, you got lucky.
I got
super lucky.
He had two of them, and they both red ringed on him. He was pissed.
I red ringed in the middle of the first Red Dead Redemption, and so I never finished it, and still haven't played the second one because it's just like kind of triggering for me.
Red Ring Redemption. By the way, for the
I
record,
like how you didn't even say Nintendo. You're like Sony or Xbox.
Because we don't debate Nintendo. Willie and I have Switches. I have
Nintendo the OG. It's
I have
like,
all three.
they gonna be there no matter what. It's like you can't debate. They didn't prove themselves. So
yeah, there's no arguments about the Switch. And I have a balanced opinion on the consoles
own
as
Wii
well.
U's? I owned a Wii U.
Hell no!
I had a Wii U.
Yeah, I owned a Wii U. I was mad. That thing, it still sits in the corner of my apartment.
I got rid of that shit super quick.
that little red and white eye. I was like, God damn it.
Oh my god! All right, next up, Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Wow. Ooh.
You got tensing.
Overall, in general,
I would, man, they're both great.
you can only play one series for the rest of your life. You can play
if I
any
had to
game out that series.
Okay, so if I had to pick a series right now from the way things are looking, I would go with Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter, if I was picking the 90s, I'd definitely go with Street Fighter, because, Marvel vs. Capcom, I'm throw that same boat in there. I feel like they did a real good job in the 90s, and they kind of set the bedrock for basically all fighting games. But Mortal Kombat, I feel like, has improved it, and I'm getting some odd ass looks now.
No, that was just me looking at her for you saying something similar to what I said. Not exactly.
No, there
what
was
I
like
said.
a whole there was an episode of this. It was like
it got
devoted
hot.
to I brought a PowerPoint presentation. I was like,
oh wow,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why there are looks being exchanged, because this was like a thing.
Okay.
It was like a battle. It was like the fucking Battle of Winterfell.
So I'm tiptoeing around landmines right now when I say
watch what you say around these
Yeah.
parts.
Okay, all right.
Like, fun fact, you were on my shirt that day when I was arguing about it, because I had on my DT shirt with all the characters on it.
Right,
so,
bet.
like, you were on my shirt that day. If y'all want to go back and look at that, look at me rage
Now I
out
need to
and
go
shit.
back and look at it.
Yeah, it was not a good day for me. I was versus everybody, like literally everybody.
What you rock with though?
I rock with Street Fighter because of the foundation of fighting games in general and all that. I've made some statements about it. I said that all games copied it. I retracted that statement, but I did say that Mortal Kombat would not exist without Street Fighter's existence.
Street Fighter is a heavy influencer. There's a reason why down over A or B or whatever.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like the Hadouken in Street Fighter, or the Ice Ball from Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat, or like it's all the same moves. If you grew up playing Street Fighter, you can basically play almost any 2D fighting game.
Yeah.
Which one do you feel like was the most influential?
Oh,
What was that noise for, Kevin?
We're not gonna get into it. We just
Yeah,
we
we're
just gonna let him get his
curious. We just want to hear
That's his opinion. We're not even
He is scared.
Nightmare.
Kevin is like, God damn it, don't break nothing.
If I had to say which one do I feel was more influential, on video games themselves, I would say Mortal Kombat. On fighting games, I would say Street Fighter. Street Fighter because, again, I feel like the bedrock of just those movesets are there. You got your characters. You have the clone characters, Ryu and Ken, or Ryu, however you want to say it properly, and Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Like, you have the mirror image characters. You have usually the same thing Street Fighter did when it first came out, was the females usually they're quicker but they're weaker, and the bigger guys usually stronger but they're slower. Mortal Kombat did the same thing with their characters, and a lot of fighting games did the same thing as well. But I feel like Mortal Kombat kind of just pushed gaming into what it is now. Basically, gaming in general, because of things like the ESRB was basically popped up because of them, and Night Trap, whatever that game was called.
Yep, Night Trap.
So it was like those. Mortal Kombat was a person that's like, you know what, we see the art here and we're gonna push it even farther, as opposed to Street Fighter was like, all right, we can play it safe and still make excellent quality games. So I think Mortal Kombat had a bigger influence over gaming in general, but Street Fighter definitely just for fighting.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
I'm answering like these like Obama. I gotta say these right.
Let me be clear. I like both. They're both fine games. All right, so the next question is not really a dead-end gaming question, but kind of a question for all the people out there who used to watch the high score.
Okay.
Who don't know your opinion. best game of 2018.
Best game of last year. Man, what came out last year? Because I'm thinking about everything that came in at the tail end.
Right.
So I'm thinking like
Spider-Man, God of War.
God, there was something else that came out, and I was like, yeah, like this is totally in the conversation for best game.
Any indies?
I think Hollow Knight was great. Dead Cells, even though I don't understand what's going on half the time because it's just explosions and lights. Okay. But I'm able to survive and like have fun with it. I think that's dope. But if I had to go, I feel like there's other games that came out. And I'm
Dragon Ball
forgetting them.
FighterZ?
No.
Ooh.
No.
Whoa.
No.
You didn't like it?
No, it's not a bad game.
Oh, okay.
No, I just don't. Yeah, it's I don't think it's one of the best games. I don't even think it was the best fighter that came out last year. If you want to be
Smash
came out, and I feel like I'm forgetting something big. There's something out there.
I wish
like,
I could help
the
you.
chat's gonna be like, bruh.
I'm looking.
But yeah, if I had to pick, God of War is definitely probably my game of the year last year. There wasn't any other game that I feel kind of had like that impact on me when I played it the first time, or just played it all the way through. The fact that I'd never seen a game where it was just one camera the whole time.
Yeah.
The fact that they took this game that was very linear and basically opened it up and let you have fun with it. And like with a lot of games, like I enjoyed the Fallout series. Wasn't a big fan of 4 because of the stuff, but 3 was amazing, and as was New Vegas. But for God of War to open the world up and have side missions that are actually intriguing, like Fallout was like, I lost this, can you go find it for me? Like, I left a grenade over here, can you get it? Like, why don't you go get it? Your legs work. But God of War is like, some dude's like, I was a pirate and my wife, she killed me, you gotta go find the body. Like, oh, now I gotta like learn this new story. So yeah, man, I think God of War would definitely be my game of the year last year. I feel like there's something I'm missing, dog. Okay,
Not a Monster Hunter or nothing?
No. Like, those games are fine and dandy, but yeah, and I'm sorry. I realized I said no very quick to
You did.
It's not a terrible game, but it's not my thing.
Yeah, now Life is Strange too.
Hell no.
I'm trying to think like not Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
No, I feel like what I'm thinking of was it was Red Dead, but then like over time I kind of just dipped for me because I was like, maybe this is it, and then God of War, and I was like, nah.
Yeah. Have you ever played Persona 5?
No, I did not. And I got chewed out for not playing that and not playing any of the Yakuza games because they're like, I was like, I understand like there's a big following behind this and like you got to get into this story, and especially with like Persona, like, especially they've announced that was a Joker as the new Smash character. I was like, all right, I kind of want to learn about the Persona series, but like the second I saw 5 at the end of it, I was like, wait, I got to go like
you don't.
See, hearing that, I still feel like you do. Like that's like saying go see Avengers Endgame, but you didn't see like the last 8 Marvel movies that came out.
It's like telling you to go play Final Fantasy VII, basically.
Okay,
so they're totally segmented. You're introduced to the characters, you're introduced to the story, and it's a new experience.
Okay, I would lie and say I'll give it a shot,
but
I'll look at the box.
Yes,
I'll look at the box art.
But yeah, even if you do go into it, it's a 100+ hour game. Even if you're playing it like quickly, like you're putting time into it.
That's a commitment.
It is a commitment.
Controller BZ is rolling its eyes.
Yeah,
it's like
fuck that game.
Fuck Persona 5.
Oh yeah, somebody brought up what Spider-Man came out last year, right?
Spider-Man, yeah.
That was probably another candidate, but it's
not quite.
Yeah,
because God of War was more. I don't know. It just did more new.
God of War was like awe-inspiring. Like it was like watching, even though like you're playing a beautiful game, it was also a really amazing cinematic experience. It was like I hadn't had that feeling since probably The Last of Us.
Yeah.
To where like somebody could be in the room and watching you play it and be like, "Yo, keep going." Like I have friends that like in when The Last of Us come out, 2013.
Yeah.
When that came out, like my mom, like she doesn't watch me play video games, but she saw that and she's like, I really like it. I just wish the little girl didn't curse so much. And I was like, well, this is the end, Ma. So like, yeah, she like I think games like that where people can just sit around and be entertained by even if they're not playing.
Yeah.
Those are great experiences. And I think the acting in it was top notch. I think the twists and everything were great. And God of War, there really wasn't anything that I felt was a drawback for it.
That's funny that you mentioned that because, like, with The Last of Us, literally, that was the summer that I toured with a metal band doing like video and photography work for them. And so the guitarist was playing it, and we would literally, like, one week we had a week off, and we literally just sat around like watching like her play The Last of Us. So it definitely is one of those games that like a bunch of people can just sit around and watch, and that says a lot about it.
Well, yeah, that was a crazy thing. Like when that came out, I was actually living in China at the time. And I had flown back the week it came out, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just coming back to visit family." I was like, "I came back to see The Last of Us. I came back to play this, but I'll see y'all too." But yeah, man, that was something where seeing, hearing the word of mouth about it, having friends hit me up through email saying, "Man, you got to get back and play this," and just and then the critic reception. It was like, you know what, I gotta get my hands on it and see what it's all about, and it lived up to it and went well past it.
Yeah, I was also watched while playing that game the whole time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Don't play without me. All right, I'm waiting. So, yeah, it's really real. Last question. Has a game ever made you cry? From emotions. From emotions.
Yeah, I'm an emotional ass dude.
Somebody get Ken in here.
Ken gonna be like, what?
Yeah, what?
I'm surprised he didn't come in like he just like got like his antenna went off. Like
Somebody about to cry. Stop this episode right now.
Get him out of here.
But no, I was definitely in my Drake feelings about some games.
Drake. I have to say it every time anybody says Drake.
The one that comes to mind is Final Fantasy X was probably the one I was like a mess for a while after playing it.
Okay.
I shed a couple tears during God of War.
You cried multiple times.
He said that.
Oh yeah,
Let the man talk.
yeah, tears, man, cry. These are manly tears. But yeah, anytime, one of my big things that gets me either in video games or movies or even just like reading it is when people self-sacrifice. Like, and it's not like, and it's not to the point of where it's like, I'm just doing this for me and like, it's like, I'm doing this so you can go on, so the rest of the world can live, so on and so forth. So when something like that happens, it's like, all right, you basically got me. And yeah, I guess spoilers for Final Fantasy X, it happens for certain people. I'm not going to say characters and give out everything, but Final Fantasy X, I'm not going to say there's self-sacrifice in all of these games, but God of War, The Last of Us, it's a bunch. If I had the time, man, I'd be embarrassed by the amount of games I can say. Like, what's wrong with him?
At the end, speaking of which, and of course, we don't want to do any like spoilers, but at the end of Fallout 3, like, I don't remember if any tears fell, but I got like emotional about the ending of Fallout 3. Do you remember what happens at the end of Fallout 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, I feel you.
With Liam Neeson. We're going to take you.
All right, that was all my questions I had for Korey.
Yeah, I had like crying at Mario Kart or something.
Blue shell.
Who hit me with that blue shell? I swear to God.
Motherfucker.
Like when you're like standing up on the like you're first and you got like 2 and 3 clapping, you're like,
No, that'll end friendships. Like, wait a second, no, you didn't. Blue shell, then a red shell, then a banana peel. I hate you.
That shit is the worst, man.
Oh yeah,
But thank you for being honest with us.
oh yeah, no
Korey.
problem. Apparently, I am a bitch that cries in video games, and Kenny must know about it.
You ain't
Yeah.
gonna be adding the
no,
podcast.
kid is
Cut all
like
that
the-
shit out.
Let's get into the news, man. First up, we got Rick Fox leaving his esports organization by the name of Echo Fox. I'm going to give out a quick quote from Echo Fox. It says, there have been incidents in recent weeks in which a limited partner of the Echo Fox organization, who is not an employee, officer, or director of Echo Fox, used a racial epithet. Did I pronounce that? Epithet? Or is it like that?
Epithet.
All right. Anyway, racial epithet towards individuals, both verbally. What?
Just say slurs. Just say slurs.
You ain't tired. You can't be using all these big words, fam.
Hey.
Nigga or nigga?
I read these words in my head, So anyway, so that happened. Rick Fox on his way out. That's pretty much the story. Unless I missed a detail, would you like to fill me in, anybody? That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it was one of the
Yeah,
one of the shareholders.
stakeholder,
Did you say that?
He said something racist. Rick Fox is out. How do y'all feel?
I mean,
I guess I don't understand why he's leaving.
Yeah, like reading the article, it was like, all right, if you like started this up and you were like dire to this situation, like why are you the one that's leaving if somebody else said this. Like that would be it. It just seems weird. And so it's like, is the person that said this in a position of power higher than he is, or is the person that said this just on equal footing? Like I feel like if he would have, I don't know. I don't want to say put your business out there, but whoever the person was, but this was the email I got. Like, because from the articles that we read, it didn't really put the actual email in there. So it just kind of seems like a he said, she said thing. And then I don't know what this person said.
I really want to know what was said. Like,
because like that could mean anything. Like somebody, like, oh, I was upset. He said I was colored. It was like that's not as bad as like some other words he could have used. But you know what I'm saying? Like I want to know what the slurs were to make him quit.
The member allegedly used the N-word to refer to Jay Saul, former CEO of Echo Fox and current head of the esports website Twin Galaxies, in an email exchange related to an internal business dispute.
Oh hell no!
That's so brazen. Like you sat there and typed that shit out.
Like, you really just sat there and you knew what you was typing. Then you hit send. You're like, send? And then
if you're gonna do something like that, don't leave a paper trail. If
exactly. But I think it's also the case because the dude's a shareholder, right?
Yeah.
So it could be the case that Rick Fox probably left because we don't know how much stock he has in Echo Fox, or if he's a majority shareholder, or if the other shareholders aren't going to like buy him out, because you got to pretty much buy out a shareholder to get them out of the place. It's pretty much how it works. And he's probably like, nah, the Echo Fox makes too much money, for me to get out of here. So Rick Fox was like, well, if he don't leave, then I'm going to leave. Probably one of them situations.
See, I feel like it's the situation though where you could change this for the better from the inside than quitting and trying to do it from the outside. You could be like, hey, we need, and it sounds like you're just, talking it up, but sensitivity training and things like that, and just being like, hey, like, bro, I don't know what your malfunction is, but why are you, using these slurs to talk about, our talent that we're bringing in here, and we need to bring more people into the spot to grow as a business, and you're making us look awful. But by leaving, you just let that toxicity just stay there and just fester, and I don't think that's a good look for anybody.
I guess my question is does Echo Fox suffer without Rick Fox? And in that case, is it one of those things where he's like hitting the shareholders, even though it still wouldn't necessarily make sense because I'm sure there's multiple people, but is he kind of like hitting them where it hurts by being like, okay, well, I'm going to remove myself and my name from the brand? Like, do you think that that's a possibility, or do you all think that they will suffer for him leaving?
I don't know, because that's like saying, will we think the Clippers would have suffered, from the whole Sterling issue? Like, do we think the Clippers suffered from any of that? I don't know if it would be fair to punish the talent for something that a shareholder did. And again, that's not even like the CEO, like this with the Donald Sterling thing. Like, that was the guy. But this is just like somebody that sits at a table with other people on the same footing. So I hope it doesn't affect them adversely, and I know that Echo Fox has been doing well and they're a big name in esports. But I don't know if people would like boycott Echo Fox because of this person being there, or maybe Rick Fox would be kind of like Jedi mind tricking us and being like, I'm gonna leave until this person leaves, and then when he's gone, I'm gonna come back and be on it.
I was just kind of just trying to think of like different reasons, or like what Rick Fox's reasoning is for this, like why he would walk away,
Yeah, that was the thing. I mean, from reading the multiple articles about it, it was just I don't know what his thought process is.
Exactly.
Like, we know you mad because this happened, but where are we going from here?
It could have been like other things that have also happened, and it could have been a culmination of things that have not came out yet, because you really don't know what's happening internally in these places. So
pretty much.
It could have been his last straw. Like, this is it. There's like no more. Like, I've dealt with this, that, and the other. And like you said, Echo Fox is a huge name. They bring in a lot of money. They have a lot of sponsors, and I don't think Echo Fox themselves are going to take a considerable hit unless like their talent starts to shift towards, like, let's say their talent, let's say Sonic Fox and Theo and the people on the other and people like that with big names start going with Rick Fox and leaving Echo Fox, then that'll be a problem. But if it's just Rick Fox leaving, I don't think it's going to really necessarily hurt, because the talent's still there, and that's pretty much the faces of that whole brand is those talents.
So according to Kotaku, what it says is, according to sources, the same Echo Fox shareholder used racially abusive language in the past in relation to both Hall and Fox. So it was just like, I'm tired. Like, y'all ain't doing shit. I'm out.
Because he's not going to leave, then I'm going to leave. Because he's probably said, like, yo, this guy's got to get out of here. We got to do something about this dude.
Get your boy.
And they're probably like, nah, we'll take care of it. They haven't took care of it. And he's like, all right, that's it. I'm done. I'm out. So,
well, look, if you were in his same position, would you do the same thing? Like, for me personally, I feel like I would try to change. Like, if I'm in this situation, I'm saying, yo, I got to change this. I got to change this. And I'm talking to people and stuff I don't feel like it's getting done right. I mean, I can put out everything that he's said in relation to me out there. And so, like, you're not only getting pressured from me now, you're getting pressured from everybody that's seen this information. So now you know that, you know, your talent knows that you're racist, your fans know you're racist, the people who don't even know anything about Echo Fox now know that there is a racist shareholder there.
James Gunda's ass.
Yeah, so it's like, all right, we got to go and fix this. So that's how I would handle it, but I don't know how, you know, you would go about it.
Maybe they had something on Rick Fox, too. Maybe they had something like if he's like, I'll do this, well, we got this on.
We know Vanessa can't sing.
Yeah. So that could have been the case. So it's like, you know, they probably had dirt on each other. So it's like, okay, we'll let you leave. We'll do that and just, you know, wash hands with it. And it's sad, though, because, like, you know, he built that thing up and he made it a big name, and now he's no longer a part of it, but it was his choice.
Yeah, man, he's leaving.
See, keep your shit private. Fuck all them shareholders.
We wish you the
Making
best.
public companies, now look what happened. But, hey.
Yeah, it is what it is. Next, Epic Games. They threw down the gauntlet. Tim Sweeney put out a tweet. He's the CEO of Epic Games. He says, if Team committed to a permanent 88% revenue share for all developers and publishers without major strings attached, Epic would hastily organize a retreat from exclusives and consider putting out our own games on Steam. So people are really upset about the exclusivity of Epic Games and all that shit that's going on. One, do you think he's telling the truth? Or is it something so unlikely that, you know, I'm going to just say some shit and I know they're not going to honor it anyway, so I'm going to look good.
It sounds like he's just saying some shit. But,
I was going to say, from what I saw in the article, like, it said that there have been a couple other times where statements about, like not continuing exclusivity statements have come out, but then they've been walked back. But, I mean, if he means that, and even if he doesn't mean it, I just feel like it was a boss-ass thing to say because, I mean, that's real. Like, in that point, when you're kind of doing that, you're kind of like speaking out for, I don't want to say what's right because that sounds corny, but like speaking out
corny,
for,
I do it every day.
you know, like speaking out in this way that is supportive of like other video game developers and stuff like that, and basically saying it's fucked up that y'all take this much money from them, and if we can do it this way, then y'all can do it this way. And so now we're basically kind of like hitting you there and saying like we don't like y'all business practices. They're throwing shade at their business practices, and I think that the way that was done was kind of dope. You know.
Yeah, they kind of do the same thing. Like a lot of Android users, they'll be like, we get much more of a cut than we do with the Apple Store because the Apple Store takes a huge chunk out of anything you download or anything you put up there. So yeah, it seems like I think it's a dope move. It's a kind of like a David and Goliath situation at the moment.
Yes.
But yeah, I hopefully there's actually some strength behind it, and it's just not him talking nonsense.
Yeah, hope not. And in reference or for comparison, currently they will earn 75% of the game's revenue if it earns over $10 million. If the game earns over $50 million, they then get 80% of the earnings. So Tim Sweeney is asking for 88%. On behalf of the people. Any thoughts, Willie? Feel anything about it?
Not really, but like we'll just see what happens. He either talking bullshit or he gonna live up to it. But I mean, that's a bold statement.
Yeah,
some bold shit. So hopefully he about it. He about that life.
I don't know. Anytime exclusivity and microtransactions, like those are words that are mad triggering in the game world. So yeah, hopefully. Again, we have this hope that things are going to change for the better, but it's hope.
Yeah, that's all it is. He's saying what he always says. We love you, big. Next story. Apex Legends. Is it dying? We have a resident Apex Legends player here. Do you play Apex at all, Korey?
No. I stayed away from it. Man, I listen. There's two things I stayed away from because I know myself and I have an addictive personality. One of them was Fortnite. I played it for like a couple days and I said, I see where this is going. Let me stop. And then Apex Predators, I played it a couple times and it was just like, all right, this is like I dug Apex a little bit more, but I knew it was one of those games where it's like I can get swallowed by this, and I don't want to go down that path.
Yeah, I haven't had time. Like I said, I haven't had time to play anything, so I haven't. But I still am very much looking forward to getting back into it. I can see how. I can see how, maybe like people might get bored with it eventually. But I mean, at the same time, when you look at the numbers that Fortnite is still putting out, and there are obviously similarities because it's a battle royale style game. But I guess Fortnite puts out updates and patches more often, and that's kind of what people are complaining about. Mm-hmm. But really, I think that like Respawn was not expecting Apex to have the success that it did. And so then like when they had that success, like it just wasn't really feasible for them to keep churning out content like that. And so I don't know, like I hope at some point, they'll figure out a way to get that upswing back up. I still love Apex. I'm still planning on sinking many more hours into it. But yeah, they're definitely losing some of that steam that they had when they first came out.
I kind of feel like the people who have had this recent success with the battle arena games, like they didn't really know what they had on their hands when they first started, because even like no one really saw Fortnite being as big as it was or as it is now, because everybody was playing Pugba. So like if I'm playing PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, like why would I go over to Fortnite? But then wow, Fortnite's free. It's not glitching every 2 minutes. It's fun to play. It's all right. Fortnite, it hit that sweet spot at the right exact time of being entertaining, fun. And it also hit that cultural zeitgeist of being like into everything. Like we see they're doing their in-game promos now. They actually had Thanos in the game, so they know how to stay on top of what's trending. Apex and Respawn are going to have to take some time to like catch up, and if they're going to go the route of trying to compete against Fortnite, they need to, I guess, focus more on the gameplay and not the exterior stuff.
And that's actually what they said. They said that they want to focus their attention on fixing, bugs, making sure people aren't cheating. There have been some audio issues and stuff like that. And so their stance is kind of, we want to make sure that all of those issues are ameliorated before we start, putting resources into, bringing out more characters and like all that jazz. So, and that makes sense, because I feel like people will be talking shit about them if they were like putting out new characters, but, they were still having all these bugs. I feel like, so yeah, I hope that they'll manage to like come back on the upswing. And I know that they're already kind of looking ahead to what they're planning on doing for season 2 and ways that they're gonna, put out more content. So
I always just tell them copy Blizzard. Blizzard knows what they're doing, and they've got their rabid fan base, and they have games that are all different genres, but they stay on top of it. Just copy them.
Yeah, I mean, I think games, they normally are gonna. Eventually, it's not on this plateau yet. I'm looking at a chart of Twitch hours watched. Right now, it's still just on the decline, but I think it's going to plateau eventually. It's too soon. It's dying. Like it's gonna reach its plateau, and then more people are going to play. It's going to peak when an update comes out. It's just like you said, they weren't ready for this. So. Right. I think Apex is going to be fine.
But I actually have a question, and it was the same question that I had when I was reading the article. Like, why is that the metric that we're using? Like, Twitch hours.
It's weird, yeah.
Like that to me doesn't, like, I don't understand why that's how we're
gauge of like the amount of players and the amount of impact that it really has. If we're just looking at it from just Twitch hours by itself, like there's so many other factors that go into that.
And like, cause I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You good?
No, I was just gonna say, like with me, like as many times as I played Apex and I've sank a shit ton of hours into Apex, I think I've streamed it once. I don't really stream it, so and of course I'm not necessarily the representative sample for everybody, but like at the same time, I feel like I don't know. I just don't feel like that's the right way to gauge that. I would be interested in seeing like some other
player counts.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's probably the easiest way just to measure it, because like if it was something that was exclusive to PC and through Steam or something, you could look at played hours. But because it's going through PlayStation, Xbox, and everywhere else, you got to see like where, like what is the metric of people playing this, and I think Twitch is probably the easiest way to gauge it.
So you could say interest is dying, but these people who are not watching it could possibly be playing it. I don't know. And it could, and of course, if the biggest streamers stop playing it, then those hours are going to go down regardless.
Right.
Because they're the 1%, So, y'all be all right. You be all right, Tyler. Apex, y'all be all right.
As long as it's, let me see, it's 60 players for each. As long as it's 59 motherfuckers on the planet that want to play it with me, I'm cool, so.
I'm on that last server until they shut it down.
Oh, man. So, next up, we're about to get into these questions. Our first question comes from Serial Sensei, and I'm going to aim it towards Willie, since he's the only one who's played it. You've actually answered it in the Discord, but we want to answer it for the rest of the people. Why was Days Gone such a letdown? Why do I feel so cheated? For those of you who've played it or enjoyed it, are you disappointed like me in your experience?
Well, Serial Sensei, because he sent me on Twitter. He hit me up on, I think he hit me up on Twitter.
Dang, he asking you everywhere.
Yeah, because I was the only one who played it. But yeah, and I thought about it because he was like, damn, you having a lot of fun. You having a lot more fun with that game than I did. And I was like, I guess because I was playing it from a different perspective. And then when I stream games, it's like I have different experiences. But I can see why some people are disappointed with Days Gone, because a lot of build up went into this game. People were thinking this was going to be like the Last of Us or something, like to hold us off until then, and then everybody gets like, it's but we don't even know when the Last of Us 2 is coming out. So and the hype for that game, it's not fair to put that on Days Gone. Okay, Days Gone has its own mechanics, own everything. It has similarities, but I just think people just expected it to be that Last of Us 2 holdover and to give us those same feels and feelings. And even I had that for a split second, but as I was playing the game and I saw that it had these different mechanics and these different aspects, I realized that this game is going to be a completely different experience. So, I guess I don't know how far he's into the game, because I'm only 2 hours in, but if he's further in and he still doesn't feel that, maybe it's just a game that didn't click with him. That happens.
You should have used that GameStop 48-hour return policy.
Exactly. We
talked about it last week.
It's over. It's
over now. Yeah, it's too late.
You stuck with it now.
See?
You better just start yelling, "Machete!" And just start killing kids and shit. That's what you got to do.
Oh, my God. Yep, murder children. Granddad Willie.
Right.
Cage
The
Ragnarok.
comments of Granddad Willie are not necessarily endorsed by Dead End
Yes, they are.
Studios.
They do not reflect the views.
Yes, they are, because we're broadcasting it from where?
At Echo Fox.
Exactly. Y'all gonna put this shit out still, regardless.
Dead End Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. Cage Ragnarok. His question: do you all ever think about or have special editions of games? I would say that no, I don't think about them hoes. I pay my $60 and I go about my day. If the DLC looks good, I might buy it after the fact. For Arkham Knight, I bought the DLC later. There's certain shit that I'll buy the DLC later, but I'm very serious about my non-pre-order policy. I don't like pre-ordering shit. Earn my dollar. I'm not going to take it off your word. That's just me.
That's fair.
I would have bought the Pip-Boy edition of Fallout 4 if they hadn't all been sold out. I had every intention of doing that, and I was going to wear that bitch everywhere. I was going to be in restaurants and bars and in the library and shit wearing a Pip-Boy. But I didn't get that wish fulfilled.
Why not?
Because they were sold out, and then by the time they weren't sold out, I just didn't. I don't want to say I didn't care, but the excitement wasn't there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think I've never bought the deluxe or premium edition of any game. I've always just like Eric, I just buy the $60, and I've pre-ordered before, but I've never went and spent $99 or $100 and something on a game. I'm like, that makes no goddamn sense. I still feel like paying $60 for a game is too much.
I was about to say that. You're lucky to get.
So
that
you're lucky to
$60.
get that shit, and now you want to say, whoa, you get the DLC pack that's gonna come out Lord knows when. So like the Smash shit. I did not buy that shit because I was like, you know what? I thought about it, but I was like, I'm gonna just buy the regular game. And then it wasn't until they gave me a firm yes, Joker and everything, when they start rolling out shit, I said, okay, I'll go ahead and buy it. So the day before Joker came out, that's when I bought the pass. Finally, I was just waiting for it because I was like, they said, they gave this long-winded window of time that it could come out. And even with Mortal Kombat, I didn't buy any of the fighter packs or anything like that. I wait to see what they say, who they're going to bring, what they're going to present. And then I'll make a decision if I'm going to get it. Usually with fighting games, I buy the fighter packs because I want to try out the new characters and stuff like that. But I don't buy it just off jump because you don't know what they're going to give you. And you're sitting around waiting for Lord knows how long until they say, hey, here's Fighter Pack 1 or here's DLC Patch 1 or whatever it is. And it could be a year after the game comes out, you know.
There's been only one time that I bought a special edition, and it was for Mortal Kombat 10. It was for all the fighter packs and everything. And originally, I'm like the same boat as y'all. I don't do the pre-order joint. I just go in and earn my $1. But I was there it was the day I was actually moving out to Austin.
Yeah,
and I was in there, and there was just this bummy looking dude in front of me. And he had it was bad. It was busted shoes, the wife beater, stains on it and everything. And he goes yeah, let me get Mortal Kombat. And he's like, well, you want to get the fighter pack? It's like an extra $20. And he was like, yeah, I'll get that. And I was sitting there, I was like, man,
nigga, you need shoes,
bro. Yeah, I was like, you know what? No, I was bugging. I was like, man, if he can do that, why can't I? Yeah, I can do that. I ain't out here like him. And so then, I did it, and I felt so fucking stupid.
That's what it was.
So
you gonna
dumb,
dress,
man.
now, Jimmy, you gonna dress bummy as fuck today. And every time somebody come in, you gonna buy a fighter pack.
No, it felt like that because I was like
GameStop finagled your ass.
Yeah,
send him in.
Bro, it literally, it was after I swiped my card, I was like, what have I done? I was so mad at myself.
They got your ass.
I was like, whatever. Now I've learned my lesson.
Those goddamn head boo.
There has been growth. There has been a lot of growth. So yeah,
it's a really good business technique.
Yeah, that is.
GameStop yo, that's brilliant.
That's hilarious.
That's how we gonna save GameStop, just like that.
That's hilarious.
That's wild.
Wow. That's
why you were like, I ain't getting no stupid fighter packs. I'm like, I did. My bad.
I bought it. Wow. But he didn't have on no shoes. So I knew I had that shit.
Man, they probably gave that dude $1 just for doing that. Thanks, bro.
I feel like an idiot. I felt so stupid.
Now, you remember how in Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood, how it was the dude standing out like he was homeless, and then he took the photo, he had all the suit, and then got in the Benz. It's like that. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, man, I got. It's all right.
God damn. All right. Next question comes from the 2161, aka Stummy. His question is, what games have you ever played drunk, and did you enjoy it more drunk?
All of them.
I was about to say the exact same thing.
That's how I'm playing games majority of the time. Hammered. That's changed my opinion of it. I mean, I don't really think the way the game plays really changes for me. Mm-hmm. I play the game differently when I'm sober or when I'm drunk. In fighters, I'll be way more ruthless if I'm drunk. Okay. Because I usually like to give people the edge so they don't feel like they'll just quit and not want to get better. So I'll let you get a couple licks in, 1 round or two.
How nice of you.
Yeah,
that's really polite.
I need competition. I can't just stomp everyone into the ground. But yeah, it's I want people to get better at it and do better. So I'll throw a round or two just so they do that. But if I'm drunk, no, I'm going 2 perfects. I'm mad for no reason. So yeah, I don't think there's any game that I've changed my opinion because I was drunk, but just the way I played it, probably.
I would say that, and I've always said this actually, and not just about video games, but also about other stuff that I like to do, like bowling and pool. It's kind of like a bell curve for me with drinking, where there's this perfect point that I get to where I am just fucking knocking down strikes or just fucking up people, getting all the headshots, and then once I get over that point, with the drinking, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Then my skill starts to go down. So I try to find that point and not overshoot it. And I'm sometimes successful and sometimes not. But I would say that sometimes drinking makes me better at a game, but up until a certain point.
I've never played a game drunk because I don't drink much at all. But I've never thought about playing a video game drunk because I need to be alert. When I'll take my shit serious, so it's I don't want to be the reason why I lose because I was drunk. Now I played high before. I played Mario Party high. That was the longest game of Mario Party ever because we just sat there for
all
ever.
Mario Party games are the longest.
But that was
game
super
of Mario
long.
Party.
He was we was whose turn is it? I don't know. Fuck. And it was that.
Playing by himself. Whose turn is it?
I think I was. I probably was. I don't remember. I was 14, 15 at that time. So I was it was years ago. But I can't remember where I was drunk and then said, let me go play a video game. That's not me because I'd be I feel either if I lose, I get really upset with myself because then I'm if I wasn't drunk, then I probably would have won. So I got to be sharp at all times because you never know when you got to get at work.
Yeah. And then I saw somebody in the comments say maybe you should play Red Dead Redemption 2 drunk. I did. That was the only way I could get through that game.
A whole fifth of whiskey.
Yeah.
Did not help.
Listen, when Guitar Hero 3 was out, like literally every single night, if I like went out drinking with my friends or anything like that, if I came home from the bar, like I was playing fucking Guitar Hero 3, like with like, and I swear that the more, I think with that one, it wasn't even a bell curve. Like the more alcohol I had in my system, like the better I was at Guitar Hero 3.
Rock star.
She just watching music videos. Crushing it.
I bet the guitar wasn't even plugged in.
Plastic clicking.
She had it on tutorial mode.
Got it.
This is VH1. What are you doing?
Oh my god. I don't really play games drunk like that. Mario Party was the most recent time I played a game drunk. I've played Halo drunk, but most of the time if I'm like drunk, I'm out in a social setting and I'm not gaming when I'm out in a social setting. So the two kind of don't intermingle like that. I do drink a lot. Like that wasn't a good sentence.
Resident alcohol.
Is this an intervention?
No.
I drink a lot. I really
About to
do.
have PETA here, Child Protective Services,
I know,
AA,
right?
like
Definitely
they
Child
just all about to
Protective Services.
converge on this motherfucker.
Shout out to Dad. I drink a little bit. So I drink when I play video games, but it's normally 1 or 2 beers. It's not enough to fuck me up or anything. It's just something in my hand, and that's about it. But Mario Party is very fun drunk, and that's a social game, so that's why I played it while drunk. And is that our last question?
Wait, I want to like amend something real quick because I don't think that I necessarily get drunk to play video games as much as like when I am drunk, I want to play video games. So like if I'm out in a social setting and I'm hanging out and I'm having a couple of drinks, then like I'll be in my head like thinking like as soon as I get home, I want to play this. And so that's kind of how I end up playing video games drunk. I don't think that I don't typically get drunk specifically playing video games. It's more so like I was drunk elsewhere and then I got home and I was like, oh, I'm about to turn this shit on.
See, I'm like that with most games except for Red Dead. I had to be drunk to play that. Like, there's no other way.
Guitar Hero 3 and Halo 3 were like the 2 games where like I would be out with my friends like at a bar and I would be like, I'm gonna play that shit as soon as I get home. I'm gonna turn it on
I
as soon as I
think
get
it would be
there.
like way worse to play that drunk because it's just a whole bunch of fast shit moving at you and it's a lot of loud noises and colors. It's just
For whatever reason, and I still like get that urge sometimes. I mean, I haven't played Guitar Hero 3 in years, but I still like sometimes if I'm like hanging out with friends and I get past a certain, like maybe I've had 1 too many shots of bourbon, I'm like, oh, I want to play Guitar Hero. Like I don't know how those things have meshed in my head, but I still get that urge sometimes to want to play Guitar Hero 3 if I've had a couple of drinks.
So bourbon's the drink to play Guitar Hero with.
Not necessarily. I mean, I think that I don't know. I haven't really done I haven't really charted it to check.
I just drink.
I just do shit.
I just drink the shit, and what happens.
Is it hurt my liver? Let's do it.
But yeah, normally by the time I get home from any type of social event, it's time to go to sleep. Like, it's not, I'm about to turn on the Xbox. Like, no, I'm dead now. Like I'm dead now. So I'm gonna come and die. Our last question comes from Bill E. Ocean. What is next for PlayStation after they release their upcoming exclusives? We have some speculations on the next console may provide in terms of specs. But as far as exclusives, what games will they bring in the beginning that will get people to buy a PS5? What sold the PS4 was third-party games, the price, and Xbox shooting themselves in the foot with the narrative of being an all-in-one system. Could they be on the receiving end and Xbox takes a lead in the console race? For me, Bill, I think you're underestimating brand loyalty entirely. So they're going to be fine regardless. You have people like B who's like, I don't care what it look like, I'm about shit. So I think that's what a lot of people are going to be like. It's like, it's PlayStation.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
As long as they don't pull a PlayStation 3 where they drop in a crazy number on the price, and I'm going to buy one regardless. But I think, for some reason, I got a feeling they're trying to. Probably not. They'll probably either wait to the very end of the life cycle of PS4 to drop Last of Us 2, or they're going to make that one of the big PS5 exclusives. Like
they could do it both.
Or they'll make it
that's what I was thinking.
Breath of the Wild with the Wii U and the Switch.
Exactly, like that. And then they were talking about having Grand Theft Auto for the first 6 months exclusive to PS4 or PS5.
Rumored.
So,
yes.
If they do that, if they have Grand Theft Auto and then I guess a definitive edition or whatever you want to call it of like Last of Us 2 and probably another good exclusive out the gate, I think they'll be fine. I think it's going to sell, no problem.
Mm-hmm. I would like to see him bring back. I think brand loyalty does play like a big part, but again, I think if it's like $600, $700, hell no.
Yeah,
Nah, they not doing that shit.
I was loyal as hell to Sony until I saw that product. Like, I guess I'm getting a 360.
What up, Chief?
Yeah, but yeah, I think they tend to have like a good set of exclusives, like, and I think they have a well of exclusives to pick from. Like they don't have to do anything recent like God of War or like The Last of Us. If they wanted to bring some more stuff with Crash, like his that trilogy just released did well, or they wanted to do some more stuff with Spyro, what they just released for that. So they have a. I'm not going to say as deep as well as Nintendo does, but it's definitely deeper than Microsoft's is, because Microsoft just has Master Chief, and that's basically it.
I was going to say, but Microsoft is also claiming that they're going to start shifting a lot of attention into like coming out with more exclusives, and they partner with a lot of different game developers. So like maybe we'll see a little bit of shift in that regard if they actually deliver on that promise, because I totally get that. Like I understand that a lot of people prefer Sony because of those exclusives. Like we've had lots of conversations about that. It absolutely makes sense. But if Xbox, like if Microsoft starts getting better with that in a way that's really discernible and like shifts it, like I don't know, maybe that'll make a difference.
By the way, Crash is on Xbox and Switch now.
Oh yeah, excuse me.
I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah,
like,
my bad.
You good?
But with Microsoft, I feel like it's really not exclusive to them, because if it's something that's on Microsoft, it's usually on PC as well. So like a lot of people have a PC and a PS4 and then Nintendo, because anything that comes out on the Xbox is going to come out on PC. So I think that's somewhere they have to kind of figure out how they want to work their way around that. Like when something's exclusive on Sony, that's the only spot you can get it. Something exclusive on Nintendo, only spot you can get it. Microsoft, that's not the same.
That's true.
What they should probably do with Xbox, if they're going to really focus on this exclusivity thing, is like they'll release a game, a new exclusive, and they'll make it like just exclusive for Xbox. And down the line, say, okay, here's the PC port of it. Like just don't do it at the same time. That way you have no choice but to get that Xbox to get that game. And the thing about it is too is like with Xbox, like if they go with the exclusives, they're not proven titles yet. So unless they have to come out, unless they come out with another Halo or another Gears, like all these exclusives are still like, okay, we don't know if this game's good or not, so we still have to wait for word of mouth and reviews and critics. So it's not going to be out the gate launch date, people rushing out to buy the console. PlayStation has the luxury to have to say, okay, we're going to bring this exclusive back or this one back, the ones that have proven themselves and people are excited for. So I just want to see what happens. Let's see. But I mean, I'm already wary of what they're going to do because of this discless, useless Xbox One X that they are about to put out. Or
it's out.
It's out now. And like, they're not giving really any reason to buy that. So hopefully they take a sign from that and they really put some effort into making their next official console like a real contender on all levels, not just from a hardware standpoint, but also from the games.
Well, like Sony, like one of their big things that's been leaking out was, it's going to be a solid state drive, and this diskless as well, and things like that. So I like the trend it's going towards, because luckily most people now have broadband internet, so I don't have to worry about something taking forever. Yeah, man, I'm not too concerned about Sony. I feel like they're one of the few video game companies that if they make a mistake, they tend not to repeat it. I can't say the same for Microsoft and Nintendo, but Sony, like they learn from all right, we should not put out a console at this price. We should not do this. We should not do that. We've tried it and we failed miserably. They should not try to be the Wii like they were with the PS.
Move. Terrible. So terrible.
They also have the VR thing going on, so maybe that'll be
the move shits with that VR.
Innovative, boy. I know it's true. All right, so that's all for the questions. By the way, I do see a Reddit question here. I'm not going to answer it this week, but I will ask it next week, so we'll cover it. So if you guys prefer to use Reddit than Discord, feel free to use our r/Dead End Gaming. Next up, Guess That Game.
Guess my game.
Guess my game. What is it called?
Guess my game. You're right. My bad. But everybody's like, what?
Segment.
Where am I?
My bad. I fucked up.
Okay, so again, it's my first time playing this. I say a sentence about the game, and then y'all can ask yes or no questions, and y'all got 2 minutes to figure it out.
Yes.
Wait,
Okay.
3 minutes. Our clock has been bumped up.
All right, so should I wait? You're just going to start it once I ask?
I'm going to start after you.
After I say it? All right. The end boss in this game is a giant dancing robot.
Is this game a first-person shooter?
No.
Is this game like a beat 'em up type game?
No.
No. Okay.
Did this game come out in the last 10 years?
No.
Was this game on consoles?
Yes.
Is it a 2D game?
Yes. It's shot from a 2D standpoint. There's no 3D moving.
Oh, okay.
2.5D?
So it's like it looks 3D, but it's shot, but it's 2D.
Yeah.
Okay. Giant Dancer Robot. It came out
More than 10
years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Beautiful Joe.
No.
Okay. Was it on PlayStation 2?
No. I think the sequel may have been, but not the original.
Parappa the Rapper?
What? I don't know.
Y'all talking, but he's
rapper.
actually the closest so far. He's like real close.
Oh my god.
1:30 left.
I don't know if anybody in the chat is getting it.
You said it is a beat 'em up?
It's not a beat 'em up.
It's not a beat 'em up. Is it a rhythm game?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a rhythm game.
Is it Dance Dance Revolution?
No.
I know what game you're talking about. I can't remember the name, but I know what you're talking
Jesus,
about. Fuck. I know the game. I know it's in my head. I know it because it's like, oh, what's the name of that game? I know exactly what you're talking about. Fuck. Because I played it one time and I was like, this is a ripoff.
Is it Space Channel 5?
No.
No, this is before Space Channel 5.
Can I use that shit? Damn. Fuck. I know it.
It is on PS1.
Yes.
It's a PS1 game, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly what the game is. I just cannot remember the name of that shit.
Help us out, Tyler.
I got nothing.
I know it's just yes and no things, but I want to give y'all more hints.
I'm mad because I know I see the game in my head.
I'll give you this. He is the closest so far with Parappa the Rapper.
You know, once he said that, and then I thought about it, then what you said, I know exactly what game you're talking
It's not
about.
Jamalami, right?
No.
Okay.
Oh, God, no. Oh.
Oh, my God. Dancing Robot.
A giant
Final
dancing
boss.
robot.
10 seconds.
Like, bigger than a building.
Ninja Batman.
No.
That's not a game. I'm just fucking with you. Stumped us.
It's a 989 Studios game.
Aerosmith the game? The Aerosmith game? The Generation X?
No.
That's the shooting game.
No. But 989 was the, like, Sony's in studio.
They've been dead.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of, they made the
the
Siphon Filter.
Sony Entertainment or something. What's up?
The only thing I'm thinking of is Siphon Filter. I know they made that and they had 99
No,
Sports.
it's a game that I love.
Hold on, let's see if the chat got it.
No, I was looking. They didn't get it.
They didn't get
Someone
shit.
said, everybody's saying, oh, I know it. You're going to say it right afterwards. But yeah,
Right.
Nobody got it because they were guessing DDR. The game, 99 Studios, I want to say it came out like 1996, 97, is called Bust a Groove.
Damn. Flip got it. Flip typed. He did type it right
Oh,
there.
nice.
You said
Shout
it.
out to you, Flip.
Right before you
Yeah.
said it.
Bust a Groove.
That's
Damn
it.
It's one of the craziest games. Like, it's like basically Parappa the Rapper.
Yeah.
But instead you're like these dancers from all around the world, and you just gotta, whoever gets the, the highest number of things wins. And like, it's got some dope music, and the characters were cool, and that was one of my favorite games ever. So Bust a Groove, check it out if you get a chance to.
That's what's up.
I'm surprised like you knew it.
I
You
knew,
played it
yeah,
before.
because I played it one time.
He
Because
knows
I was like,
shit.
"What's this?" It's like Parappa Rapper. I was like, but then when I was like, "It's something," because I played it one time when I was a kid when it first came out. And I was like, "What is that game's called?" Because I was like, I didn't like it that much. I was like, I'd rather play Parappa the Rapper. But because it's rapping in there.
Well, see, the reason I thought it was dope was because Parappa is just like one person and you going through the story, but Bust a Groove is
You
like
could
you
be
could play
multiple
multiple
different
people
people. Yep.
and you could play against like your friends. So me and my brother and my
It was
friends
more
play it all the
co-op
time.
based
Yeah.
than like Parappa the Rapper was more story based. So, but good one.
Well, all right.
Sorry, I wanted to pick like one that was more well known, but I was like, fuck it. This is
No, good job.
That's
No,
what you're supposed to do.
that's the
You're
shit I
supposed to
like.
stump us. That's the point.
We got it saying King of the Monsters and Sunset Riders and the first Medal of Honor and shit. So, yeah.
Ooh, why would y'all do that?
He got shooting.
That was his sentence?
Was that literally his sentence? I feel like it was
I
something
think it
real
was-
generic. They got guns.
No, he said
It's a
for
shooter.
Medal of Honor. I think he said that it took place in World War II. I think was his clue.
That feels like a good clue. I feel like he had a real. I'll go
Wait,
back.
that might have been like he might have said like something like it had shooting, and then we were like no, and then he was like okay, it takes place in World War II.
I think he said it's a first person shooter or something like that. He said something real vague. Yeah.
I remember.
I don't even think he
us
said
being
first
like,
person. I think he said he got shooting.
Bruh, come on, man.
I'm gonna go back and look and make sure I ain't lying. But yeah, man, that does it for Dead End Gaming number 37.
Wait, I'm sorry. I want to cut you off. Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
There's somebody that watches, like, he's a big fan of y'all, and I told him I'll give him a shout out because he's like, yeah, have you ever heard of Dead End? I was like, yeah, I'm about to go like do that in a week. He's like, yo. So
Okay.
Justin in Austin, Texas, working at Rain. Like, shout out to you. I said I'll say your name. Now I want my money.
Hey.
Anyway,
Shout out to
That's
Justin.
what's up.
Shout
Shout
out
out,
to Justin.
Justin.
Could be
Man.
watching live, Justin, but you probably ain't, though. But for those of you who want to watch live, make sure you check us out normally on Tuesdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This Tuesday, we will not be recording live because we're recording live currently on a Sunday. So make sure that you check us out next Tuesday. And, of course, Friday on Spotify, iTunes, wherever else you get your fine podcast, except SoundCloud.
I might not be here if niggas keep saying Sunday and Machete.
You the only nigga saying Sunday.
As long as you don't show up on Sunday, we don't have to hear me say Sunday. Yes, Mortal Kombat 11 promo. Willie's got it.
It's a tournament we throwing, y'all. Mortal Kombat 11. Live. Dead End Studios. May 11th. If you in the Atlanta area, and you got hands, you got skills, and you want to win some money, some dope prizes, and be a guest on the podcast, talk shit with us, then all you got to do is sign up. The link is on our Instagram and our Twitter as well. Or hit me up directly, and I'll plug you in with that. And I want the best of the best. No scrubs allowed. TLC. That's what I'm saying. So get... What?
No, go on.
What?
Sorry, I'd say anything.
Yeah, don't stop me. But that's it. So come through. Sign up. It ends on May the 4th. So yeah, May the 4th be with you. I'm say that one.
All right, yeah.
I'm gonna be lame all day. I'm trying to be corny like Eric.
Hey.
I'm trying to get my corner levels up.
Shots fired.
It's levels to the shit, man.
You gonna take that? I wouldn't take that if I were you.
You got to practice to be.
I gotta practice. I know. See, I ain't corny like you.
You the color of corn, though, so you straight.
Corn is delicious. Oh, we throwing shade like that?
oh no.
Wow.
Anywho.
Wow, you the corn on the cob that's been on the grill too long that they give you. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone because I don't want you let it go.
Bro, she had the look of hurt and disgust. She was mad.
You know that corn, dry as fuck.
It's the best corn, bro.
For you,
It's the best.
because you can relate.
Got the butter on it, dog. It's the best. All right,
You're not gonna
man.
let
Now we
say
know Eric
anything?
likes black corn.
Sorry?
You not gonna let him say anything?
Oh, B, what you got?
No, he's usually quiet when y'all are doing that. Like, this is exactly what would be happening.
Y'all niggas stupid. Y'all crazy. You so funny, Mike. So shout out to you, Korey Goodwin. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me, man. This was fun.
I was so glad when you said, yes, I'll do it. How long ago did I send you that message? This was like January.
Stand
like, this is a
Yeah.
long ass time.
This is months
Stand
ago.
ass nigga over here.
Hey, man, I show appreciation.
cheesing
Where
and
it's
shit.
due. Don't be hating, Willie.
I ain't hating. I'm
Don't
just
be hating.
fine with it. I'm gonna see it. Tyler see it too.
No,
And he's
I
standing.
told, he came out to Austin, and I was supposed to actually meet up with him, and I didn't get a chance to. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna be in Atlanta in the next couple months. I'm there. Just let me know what I need to be and what to do. So
Made it happen.
Appreciate you coming through though.
no
for
problem. Thank you all for having me. Y'all made it feel real cool. I was very scared I was gonna get up here and they'd be like, this nigga.
Nah, you did a great job. You're natural, man.
Oh, thank
So
you.
where can they find more of you?
In the world. No.
Like in China with no games.
Yeah, no. I'm not. I'm guess really not on any internet platforms, hosting anything. But you can always just follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter at the high score DT. Still got that, even though that shit don't exist no more. And then on Instagram at DB Cooper KG. Then that's where you can find me. Cheesing.
So, because he typing bullshit in the chat. Yeah. So anyway, make sure y'all catch Korey Goodwin there. Again, thank you. And check us out on Twitch at Dead End Video Games. What? God damn it! What? Yeah, you just read it. Anyway.
No.
Anyway.
Oh my god.
Twitter, Dead End Video Game. Or Dead End Games, actually. Dead End Games. Y'all fucking me up. See? I'm trying to be a good host. And y'all fucking me up. That's why you can't show love to nobody. Y'all are toxic masculinity. That's it, everybody. Peace.